I've never been a Rice Krispie treat man. I don't know
How is
why.
that? No, how is that even possible?
I like
They're
Rice
the
Krispies. I like marshmallows. I like butter. Like, you'd think it would work. I don't know. I've always had bad teeth. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't. Do you watch Bake Off?
I mean, I feel like that probably. There's so many different like baking
Well,
shows.
the
You know, the
Great British
British
Bake
bake.
Off. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I watch that because my wife watches it, but I've caught
So
enough of it that I know how it works.
the old host, Mary Berry, used to say, not worth the calories was like one of her big, like, like just put downs. She was never mean, but that would be like how she'd be like, I wouldn't eat this. Like, and that's
Ouch.
that's kind of how I've always felt about Rice Krispies.
But I just unlocked the world of Rice Krispies for you by showing you how to elevate them
That is
into
true.
something better. Because what do you like? Do you like Snickers bar?
Oh, I love Snickers.
Think about this.
They're not my
Rice Krispies
favorite,
treat,
but they are a staple.
just an idea. You get the Rice Krispie treat, you get a bunch of mini Snickers, you dip the Rice Krispie treat in the chocolate, you jump your mini Snickers onto your Rice Krispie treat. Now you got Rice Krispie treat covered in Snickers. Do it with a Twix. Do it with a Milky Way. The world is your oyster. And the oyster, and your world is your candy store?
I mean, look, I'm not saying if I was at a party I wouldn't try one. I'm just
I'd be
saying
offended if you didn't.
I'm
If
just
you came to
saying
my party and didn't have one of these, I'd be offended.
I mean, there was apparently really good ones at your daughter's birthday, and I didn't. No, not your daughter's birthday, 4th of July, and I didn't have them. Did you make
Oh,
those?
those were no, those are my wife's. What she does is she does salted caramel Rice Krispie treats.
See, that I might like. That
Oh
might.
well, next time you're over, try them.
Okay. That's the thing. If you offer me one, I will try it. I just, I never reach for one. If there's like a bake sale, I will never be
Hmm.
like, ooh, Rice Krispie treats.
You'd go for a muffin.
I mean, muffins are great. All
No, I
right.
agree. Muffins are really good. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. What have
That's
you been
just
doing,
such a weird
Steve?
bake sale. It's just like normally it's like cookies and brownies and stuff, and you're the guy who provides muffins to bake sales. That's really where you
You know
threw me
what?
right there. I was just like,
It was literally the first thing I thought of, and I realize now that makes no sense. Why would you ever bring a muffin? Like, no, because nobody's sitting at home making muffins.
I was just like, I
You
mean, I
know?
would if I was at a bake sale and someone had the balls to show up with muffins. They had to be like, look, I know how to make one amazing baked good, and it is a muffin, and I'm bringing it, and I'd be like, and I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, because
They were
muffin's not going to be
confident.
the biggest seller.
Yeah, they
Because
were
it's
confident.
cupcakes that sell. Those are really good.
Okay, we
I'm
used
not
to
going to do that because I don't have the.
the
I'm
time
not
and
so
patience
ambitious.
to make yodels and devil dogs and stuff is just maybe if I'm rich one day and I just have time.
God, I think about all the cooking I would do if I was rich and just had time to cook. I would do so much more cooking.
Oh yeah,
In fact, mhm,
I have that conversation with my wife all the time.
yeah, my adult time thing for the end of this episode is going to just be a thing I cooked because it was like the only like it's the only thing I was able to make time for myself in the last couple of weeks was like an opportunity. I was like, I'm gonna cook a real meal and be really happy about it. It's hard. There's no time to cook. I was watching cooking shows on YouTube earlier today and I was like, I would love to do this. I would love to make my own homemade hot dogs and hot dog toppings.
Yes,
But there's
I
there's no way. I'm never gonna have that kind of time.
for a little while a few months ago my son started just like sleep regressing and waking up like at the crack of dawn again.
Oh, oh no, I
A-
hate that.
And because I've been cooking my whole life. I started when I was like 8. Um, my dad was a cook. I mean, yours too. And I started really young, so I've always been cooking. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna kind of revisit some of the fundamentals. And so I started watching binge. Binging with Babish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, that's who was making those hot dogs earlier today.
yeah, and he has a basics channel, just going back to like the rudimentary things of cooking. So I started working through that series just to kind of like bad habits you might have picked up, just little things that you didn't get taught, different ways to do things. And I was really enjoying it, and my son was captivated, but I had to stop because was just like, I never have time to do any of this. I'm learning all of this stuff that I will have no time to do, and that's actually depressing, so I'm just done.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I love that channel, but because he's expanded so far now, he has so much like equipment
yes,
that I would never have.
yes. I was like, I don't have the room for that, and I have a pretty big house. I can't imagine how you expect other people to do that. That's not
Now,
like a
I
flex.
mean,
That's just a like, when is it enough unless you're a professional cook? Like,
mm, yeah, man, funny story about him. Andy, who is Babish, Andy Ray, I think is his name. I found out he's my brother-in-law's brother's friend from high school. Like, very close friends. And now I'm just like, man, maybe one day I'll like go over
you'll be at a
and
party and he'll
I'll be
just
at a
be
party and
there.
like he'll be there and I could like talk to him. Like, oh, you're like a famous person I tangentially know. Like I know someone you know.
You know so many famous people from back in the day when we worked in film.
Like who? The cowboy from the Village People?
Randy Jones, yeah, you know Randy Jones. You flirted with Lisa Loeb.
I did flirt with
I'm
Lisa
putting that
Loeb.
out on the podcast. Sam flirted with Lisa Loeb back when she was single and she had a TV show about it. And
Best
she
day of
flirted
my
back.
life. She
So
did.
she did. I can verify.
I'm
Um,
pretty sure we have it on tape. So if
we
Lisa Loeb
do
is
have
ever
it
like,
on
that
tape.
didn't happen,
Yeah, that's on B-roll somewhere.
I'll call Joe, the director, and be like, Joe, you gotta get me that Lisa Loeb tape so she doesn't at me on Twitter and I
I
look like
can't
a
get.
total ass.
I've got a slander lawsuit, Joe. I need this B-roll. Um, so
Lisa Loeb says she doesn't even know me.
and yeah, Lisa Loeb, the cowboy from the Village People. God, I just had like three more in my head, and they're all gone now. But you know some. Oh, Cindy Valentine
Oh,
from
that's true.
Cindy Valentine, the
She sang
'80s
the
pop
song from
singer.
Teen Witch.
Yeah, we used to work with her regularly. You know a bunch of C-listers.
I knew Harry Anderson. Rest in peace, Harry Anderson.
Yeah, we've got. I mean, Danny Aiello. You've definitely worked with Danny Aiello.
He's
Rest
isn't
in
he dead?
peace. He is dead. But
Yeah,
like when he
Danny
won,
Aiello
you
is dead.
didn't Weekend at Bernie's him. He was alive at the time.
He was alive. Danny Aiello was alive when we knew Danny Aiello.
Yes. So you know a handful of.
What a period of time that was for us.
That was that was a
It
weird
was
that was a weird
New
one.
Jersey, New Jersey filmmaking post Sopranos when everybody from The Sopranos was like doing random movies. God, I wouldn't go back to that period of time in our lives, but it was a good time.
It was
Had some fun.
in the moment awesome. Again, like it was exhausting. I don't know how we lived, but it was a good way to spend your early to mid 20s.
In our parents' basements, that's how we lived.
Yeah, I mean, every millennial can basically say that, so I don't feel too bad about it.
No. I had no money, but I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was good. Like, if anyone ever asks me, should I go into film, I say no. But, like, I had a blast when I was there.
Yeah, and I work at an art school. Like I get people into film programs like professionally. That's my job. And I want to be like,
Go
well,
do it.
good luck to you.
Yeah.
It's like this is where my film degree took me.
I have
I am now
friends who made it and then quit because they were like, oh, making it is awful. Like,
everybody worked terrible hours. That was the thing I remember I asked somebody, I was like, hey, what do you do about health insurance? He was like, I just wash my hands a lot. It's like, well,
yeah,
this isn't the life for me.
this isn't the life. Yeah, that's when I got out. I got out when I decided I wanted to start a family. ever.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what other spooky things have we
Okay,
been
yeah, that was a
into?
digression. That was a good one. That was a good
Man,
digression.
that was good. No, memory lane a little bit.